My name is Aiden Bradley, and this is my reflection of AMB339 advertising campaigns. AMB339 has been the endpoint of my learning at the Queensland University of Technology, combining all the disciplines that I have been taught through my journey of studying advertising. I was a planner in Team 10, working with a partner to collect and collate research to develop consumer insights and begin developing a strategy. Barr broadly describes the science of advertising as a device to arrest attention. This definition may seem broad, but the door is left intriguingly open to invite an infinite number of strategies and methods to reach them. That being said, I found the idea of advertising strategy being so loose, I was a little stunned at where to begin. Holly and I decided that we needed to interrogate the brief again to find out exactly what was wanted from the client. My partner Holly and I initially developed a research question to suit the brief given to us by Dreamworld. We wanted to know why Dreamworld had dropped off the radar as a product they wanted to consume. We scoured through some pre-existing data and decided that males and females of the ages 18 to 24 were the most marketable target. Shodhganga states consumer behavior refers to the act of individuals who are directly involved in obtaining and using goods and services. It also includes the decision-making process, which leads to the act of purchase. Once we had selected our target market, we had to delve into their behavior. Why did they not consider going to Dreamworld as their first port of call for fun? Were they avoiding the park? What did they do instead? How did they go about doing it? What makes them tick? We didn't feel that we could develop decent insight with pre-existing research, so we added an applied qualitative exercise to our research methodology using the consumer behavior framework. We conducted 10 qualitative interviews with the target market to see if there was anything that we were missing. Our research methodology was flawed, and we needed to redefine and reevaluate the way we worked with our content. Bergkvist and Langner state in their article, Construct Measurement in Advertising Research, science in all its forms depends on reliable measurement. Without valid and reliable measurement, answers to questions about the relationships between constructs are moot. The devil was in the detail of how these interviews were coded to extract information. I was fixated simply on what was being said, without paying attention to what they weren't saying. Once I started analysing what was left unsaid and noticing trends in that, we developed our insight and moved on to our strategy. Our team was happy with this, and upon personal reflection, as a planner for this project, I have noted some trends about my behaviour during work. I diligently carried out research, conducting qualitative interviews and drawing as much information as I deemed possible from the interviewees. Where I need to seek improvement, however, is communicating my ideas. I found myself reworking how I pitched the information I had collected and the insights it had provided me, simply because I had already understood what it meant, but my team couldn't, not by any fault of their own, but because of my articulation. My team agreed with the insight that we had produced, but it wasn't marketable. It didn't make you think, that's what it is, that's what these people want. So Holly and I hit the drawing board again to develop it further. I initially thought my role in this group was purely analytical, and that I was to collect research and to simply pass along to the media and the creatives. Developing a more creative strategy, I enjoyed the more hands-on approach to developing a consumer insight, and it's something that I'd like to do again. My team and I had an issue with a particular member, who had been assigned to our group but made no attempt to contact us and was not present during allocated group times. The only proof we had that she existed was that another member of our group knew her personally. As everyone else in the group had made a solid effort to contribute, this did not sit well with certain individuals in the group. The overarching issue here is that these individuals made decisions that conflicted with the group's larger values, and there was a very negative reaction towards this individual. Gentile states, our actions are often directed by our emotions and instincts more than our reason, but that our peace of mind requires us to develop a way of making sense of these actions, even if it's after the fact. The actions of the group, when the absence of this individual was noted for the first time, was largely based on raw emotion and instinct. There were calls to have her segregated from the group and removed from the team. I initially felt similarly, but after some time to think about it, I realised that we didn't know why she hadn't attended. There could have been a crisis in her family, she could have been injured or sick. There wasn't enough information to make such a harsh judgment against her. We issued her a warning that she wouldn't need to be more involved with the team, and she has made an attempt to do so, being present for meetings and contributing to the group. Under the framework of establishing a reasonable standard of conduct in the group based on a framework of productive values, the issue was resolved. In conclusion, my progress with AMB339 has been trialing but rewarding. I learned a lot about working with a larger group of people working at different roles toward the same goal. I understand that my working practices could be better, and I know how to improve my communication as a team member. Thank you.